It is finally here. My name is Eric or Tubby Emu. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, smash the like button, and leave notifications on because WWE 2K20 news is upon us. Listen, we had to wait a long time as I got the gum in my mouth like CM Punk used to do. Big thing with this WWE 2K drop is unlike previous years where they came out with maybe a cover athlete or maybe the Legends trailer and then we had to wait a long time, this year we got a huge drop of information. Now, there's going to be other videos on my channel today covering things like the 20th anniversary edition and things I could speculate about possible matches and people included. That video will be up a little bit later, and the link will be in the description for that one once all the 2K20 videos I upload are available. Now, in this first video, what we're going to be talking about is WWE 2K20, and obviously the pre-orders, and not just the pre-orders, but the announcements from the press release from WWE 2K20. Now, as WWE 2K20 got announced, we did learn big things. Man, because there was a long wait for information. I mean, this is the first year as you just sit back and you're waiting for information, you're sitting by the keyboard like, come on, man. Come on, 2K, where's it? You know what I mean? Like sitting at the phone like, this is bullcrap, 2K. Where's all my information? And then out of nowhere on the 5th, they drop a lot of stuff. A trailer dropped. Not only did a trailer drop, Xavier Woods with a dev diary happen. And in that dev diary, he talked about all the modes and things that would be in the game. So now I'm going to go in depth in all of this stuff, but let's run through some of this really quick. Mixed tag team matches are back. Now, they said for the first time ever, but let's just say for the first time ever in a WWE 2K game, mixed tag team matches are back because mixed tag team matches were in previous generations of games. If you've seen me play SVR 07 or 08, you know mixed tags existed before, but for the sake of this video, finally in a WWE 2K game. Now, I'm a little disappointed that, we're not going to get intergender wrestling. WWE doesn't do it, so I don't expect it. I know in the independent scene, intergender wrestling is a big thing, even in TNA with like Tessa Blanchard, but in WWE, there really isn't any intergender wrestling. So I'm still fine with the fact that, at least for what we know now, mixed tag team matches are all we're going to get. But in the mixed tag team matches, you can finally pair them up, and they're calling the Mixed Tag Team Challenge. So, the show that was on Facebook that nobody really watched, although I thought it was pretty cool, and I liked Alexa Bliss and Braun Strowman pairing. And if you've seen the commercials lately, hefty, hefty, hefty. So out of all the big things announced, WWE 2K20 will be coming to PC, Xbox One, and PS4. Now, there was a leak a couple months ago, or about a month ago, or a couple weeks ago, that said it was coming to Nintendo Switch. And we all know how the last Nintendo Switch release turned out for WWE 2K. So at least out of this press release, it doesn't seem like we're getting a Switch copy. So if you're waiting to play it on the Switch, you're probably not going to get it. But out of the information release, let's go over it. So yes, there's mixed tag team matches. Not only are there mixed tag team matches, for the first time in the franchise history, which we'll be talking about more in depth later, is the MyCareer is finally getting a female lead. So you can now play as a male or a female. And I know that's a huge thing for the population because WWE audience is made up of like 50% of women. So the fact that it was only a male-driven story arc kind of sucked. And I don't mean that as a bad way, I just mean that your representation of your audience, a female lead should have happened. And we're finally getting it in this year's video game. The trailer that we saw come out with some pretty crazy stuff. Papa Shango in the basement with the two basic create cause, like the most basic cause you can get in the entire game. Like literally when you open the game, you create the cause. These two are it, as Papa Shango is in the boiler room, which I hope some of this stuff that we're seeing in this trailer, like that boiler room or whatever that was, if that was some sort of mysterious place, as they talked about the multiverse and building out. In the same trailer, we saw the craziness with the zombies and what looked like an epic ring outside, so your imagination can run wild. The fact that females are finally in the game is a huge deal, because not only are we getting a female MyCareer this year, where you can pick a male or a female superstar, which I'll be very intrigued to see how that goes, because then you're going to need a huge female roster. The last couple years, and WWE last year for WWE 2K19, had a pretty good women's roster, and even the DLC with Candice LeRae and other superstars. You really are going to need more, I think, now. And hopefully some of it's voice acted, and you really get the full immersive experience with WWE 2K20. So in addition to MyCareer with a female lead, for the first time ever, we're getting a female-led showcase mode. And it's going to feature the 4 Horsewomen. Now, the 4 Horsewomen are pillars of WWE. Bayley, Becky Lynch, Sasha, and Charlotte. All 4 of them will be featured in the game. And in their showcase mode, they're each going to retell stories from their builds and the rivalries if you do objective-based gameplay. So in that, I think this is a good thing. Now, I was hoping, and I'm going to be honest with you, as she is confirmed for the first time playable in a WWE 2K video game, China is in this year's video game, which is huge. It's monumental. I mean, let's be honest here. The truth is, probably 5 or 6 years ago when Triple H made comments about China, we never thought we would see her mentioned in WWE programming, in the Hall of Fame, or even in a video game. So this is a huge step, and I applaud 2K and I applaud WWE for allowing this to happen. China's a huge part of wrestling history, and she deserves to go in the Hall of Fame, and she deserves to be in a video game. So it's really cool. Although I was hoping she was going to be the showcase, because if she was the showcase mode, that meant we're going to intergender wrestling, and I don't even want to go there. I'm just going to be happy I got mixed tags, and we finally get a women's showcase and a women's MyCareer. So people like that guy inside the house that I'm living with, he has Jamie, Fatal, Brooke Danger for Chris Danger. You know, they're finally going to get an opportunity to go through a career. And I hope they're quite different, by the way, because there are different superstars in each. So it'll be very unique to see where it goes. So you have female MyCareers, female showcases. You have Universe Mode, which is obviously in-game, which gives you full control over the modes. And not only that, they announced WWE Originals, which WWE Originals is, you know, DLC to become later, is the bonus content they're calling it, which will unlock you more stuff. So in addition to the 4 Horsewomen, we are getting told we have streamlined controls. Now, to be honest with you, I actually like the controls in WWE 2K19. And the more advanced the control set gets, the more like past games would be really cool remastered. Like Here Comes the Pain with controls of like today, with the movesets and everything, the amount of different moves you can do in a match with all the modifiers. I'm very interested to see what they do, because if you guys remember my channel when I first started, if you haven't watched me in a long time, I used to talk about a running joke was THQ would like flip-flop from analog buttons to joystick and like back and forth, and they couldn't decide on a controller pattern. So every year as I was making these videos from 07 to 08 and Here Comes the Pain and SmackDown versus Raw, I felt like I always had to learn a new control set. So this year, you know, the controls are getting streamlined. Experienced players are still going to have a challenge, they say. So I don't exactly know what that means until we actually see a controller button layout. I really don't want to comment and speculate on what they mean by a streamlined layout or controls. Anybody have any idea? If you have any idea, let me know in the comment section below. What does streamlined controls mean? So WWE 2K Originals is a new playable... I already forgot what I was going to say. I got to read the press release. All right, so for this one, I'm going to read the actual press release because I don't want to mess it up. New service model with WWE 2K20 Originals, set to deliver a wealth of 2K Showcase add-on content for player exploration beyond the game's initial launch. Because for those that don't know, WWE 2K19 and WWE 2K18 and 17 and 16, if you're a fan of simulation gameplay, they were great games. But a month or two into the game, you had no reason to keep playing. And as much as I hate to be like the bearer of bad news, I never cared about stuff like the Road to Glory online to unlock a helmet or things like that. I never cared about it. I want actual content, and hopefully this, according to what the press release is saying, it'll be present in a new playable world and its own unique theme, with more details to be announced in the coming months. Origins is DLC that'll require an additional purchase. So I don't know what the purchase price is going to be yet for that. What we do know is that in the Ultimate Edition, for $129, it is included. So if I had to make an educated guess, it'd probably be anywhere from 10 to 15 bucks probably for this original showcase content, which will add more content down the road. So again, let's go over what each edition comes with. This year's WWE Deluxe Edition comes with a copy of the video game. It comes with the Accelerator, which I'm a big fan of the Accelerator. I think if I had to pick one thing every year, if I could only get the game and one piece of DLC, the Accelerator is probably it, because I love going in and adjusting the superstars, and if I wasn't able to do that, it'd really stink. I actually had everything reset on me last year and I forgot about it. I went in to edit a superstar and I was like, why can't I edit a superstar? Because you need Accelerator. In addition, you have the MyPlayer Kickstart, and this year the MyPlayer Kickstart will include 25 attribute points, 8 additional skill points, and 25,000 VC to unlock to get superstar parts, moves, and more. And then in addition to the boost slots, you're gonna get 15 free boosts, 2,000 free tokens, and 400 deluxe tokens. Now, everything that I just read off there is also in the collector's edition, so just keep that in mind. The numbers are the same. And then you also get the complete set of WWE Originals content, and then you get the additional bonus digital content, which we haven't touched on yet, which includes China. So China, for the first time, will be in-game, and she will be the content that it's additional bonus content that you're gonna have to pay for. I'm perfectly fine with this. I would never expect China to be put in the main roster. I mean, anybody that was DLC in previous years, I don't like to see as DLC the next year. China, this is a huge inclusion. This is the first time in the video game with WWE 2K. If anybody has any problems with this, I don't know what to tell you. I think it's great, even if she is DLC, that she's in game and you will have to buy this. Or usually that the DLC that's available in the Deluxe Edition will eventually come to the store if you're not able to pick up this copy now. But don't hold me to that, because plans may always change. In addition to China, you're going to get Hulk Hogan, the $500 shirt version of The Rock, which I was trying to remember which one that is, because he has a lot of $500 shirts, unless there was a specific $500 shirt and I'm just missing the reference. You'll have to let me know. Then you had the Rock and Sock Connection version of Mankind, which, I mean, hey, if you're going to give me 4 faces of Foley, at least give me some different looks. So the Rock and Sock Connection one, I'm all for it. And then you have WWE Supercard limited edition cards, which will only be available in physical editions. So for those of you that do buy the deluxe editions digitally, if you want the Supercard content, you have to get the physical copies because they're not going to be in the digital versions, which every year I always get the digital version. Good thing I don't play Supercard. I mean, I would, but my deck's so far behind, it's really not even worth it at this point. I think my highest card's a Rich Swan, 50,000, but I have that super epic Dean Ambrose that nobody else has. And then let's talk about the Collector's Edition, which this year's Collector's Edition is a little bit different than last year, which had Ric Flair and the Ric Flair Pop. This year, you're going to get the same thing of everything else. The game, the Accelerator, the Kickstarter, the originals, the bonus content, and then you get physical collectible items, such as an exclusive WWE SmackDown ring skirt relic from 2002 to 2008. It can be any of those years. I would personally probably hope for 2002 to 2004 because I didn't watch 2006 to 2008. So please, if I get that version, don't give me any piece of the skirt from those years. I won't care. Then you'll get a limited edition WWE SmackDown Legend plaque, which there's one caveat to this that I don't exactly know how it's going to work. There's 3 of them. You can either get a Kurt Angle, a Rey Mysterio, or Edge. In previous years, obviously, you've had signed autographs. And this one, I don't know if it's going to disappoint anybody. I don't want to speculate on anything because we haven't seen the pre-orders, if you get to choose who your plaque is, or if it's random. But I have to imagine some players, and I'm just forecasting this, maybe a little bummed if you want, like, the Edge one and you get a Rey Mysterio, or if you want Rey Mysterio and you get an Edge. So I hope they explain a little bit better how you get the plaque, if it's random, if you're able to choose. Like I said, this could be speculation at this point, and they may announce it after the fact. I don't know, but personally I could see that as somewhat being an issue, that if your heart's set on one of the plaques and you get somebody else, it'd be like, bummer. But then it could also open up a huge trade market where you could try to reach out to other WWE fans and trade items. And that sounds like a nightmare. So out of all the information released so far, with the Women MyCareer, the Women's Showcase mode, the Universe mode obviously being confirmed, the DLC China being in-game for the first time ever, the announcement of actual DLC that'll keep you playing, hopefully, if you want more showcase content. I wonder what you guys think is the biggest announcement. What's the thing you're most happy for? I'm pretty sure most people are going to say the female MyCareer, but let me know in the comment section below. What announcement were you most excited for? And I'll be honest with you, it probably is for me a female MyCareer, so you can go through it and change it up. And hopefully you get 2 completely different versions of the story, because in the MyCareer, they technically had the male and female going down at the same time, so hopefully they're not in the same story arc, but I don't want to read too much into that. And like I said, we're going to have more videos diving in deeper to the different announcements that I made with WWE 2K20, so make sure to hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell notification if you don't want to miss any of my videos. And you can follow me on social media, @TubbyEmu or @TubbyThief for my personal account. But until next time, guys, the journey is just starting to WWE 2K20, which will be releasing October 22nd, 2019, which is a little bit later than the past couple years, which I'll be honest with you, I'm a little bummed out about it, but at the same time, every year WWE was releasing alongside NBA, and I'd have like a week or 2, and then I'd have to keep playing other games. So the fact that they are spacing it out this year with every other game, I think is a good thing. So I want to know your guys' thoughts on WWE 2K20. Are you hyped for it? Are the announcements maybe not enough for you? Do you want more? Do you still need to see gameplay? Because we only saw a couple tiny snippets, which we're going to break down a little bit later. But until next time, guys, my name is TubbyEmu. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found any bit of this video useful. And until next time, we will see you all later.
Problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems I solve them. I run through the money, the pressure be calling. Left on my blessings, I feel like I'm falling. The birdie is back, tell me I'm garbage. I'm going through something, that's why I ain't calling. Phone and progression, it's all that I wanted. The phone in affection, I summon and dub it. Cause I got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems I solve them. I run through the money, the pressure be calling. Left on my blessings, I feel like